Yo, PhoLaksa back in the house.
Alright, PhoLaksa.
Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna spend some time now, just get a little bit of intro, a little bit of background behind us guys here.
Just a little bit of a story of why this channel came about and why us, essentially. So, Vinny,
Yeah, alright.
why did you do this? Why did you start this? When did you start? Why?
Okay, so a little bit about myself. Background. So I used to be a banker. Okay, so and then I lost interest. Yeah. But yeah, I used to work in the finance industry. Going out of school, uni and things, didn't know what I was to do. Started in computer engineering, IT, changed to marketing. Yeah, did a few different things. And
Wait, computer engineering?
yeah, I used to do for a little bit, but then I changed around a lot. But then, back then it wasn't about passion. It was about what can I do to make money, buy a house, get married, and all that. Like everyone else does. And I got into personal training a little bit during the time when I was still working in the bank. And around that time, it was after work, part-time, out of the Jets gym. I was also doing a lot of martial arts, different styles, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, whatever. But I wanted to improve my martial arts because I was going up against a lot of big dudes, and I was a scrawny little Asian, ectomorphic. Exactly, just like me, PhoLaksa. But I wanted to improve my strength. Started reading a lot of conditioning books, and about Bruce Lee and how he trained as well. So it's just led from martial arts into fitness as a natural progression. But also I was working for about 15 years in the bank, different banks and that. And one day my dad fell ill with cancer. He was around 51. I was in Sydney at the time, working in Sydney, and it kind of prompted me about my health and things. So I actually came back to Perth and spent some time with him. And at the time, I was kind of partying, working hard. That corporate work life wasn't doing me any good. Started trying to exercise again. Didn't realise how unfit I became from working that blue collar life. And I went for a run for about 5-10 minutes. Started to get a bit of pain in my chest, and I also went to the doctors as well. I was feeling ill a few times. Got blood tests and things, and I figured I had a little bit of liver scarring as well, probably from all the binge drinking. But you work hard, you party hard, and back then that was pretty much what a lot of other guys in the corporate were doing. Friday nights, but we were doing it every night too. Actually, working late.
Doing a hell of a lot more than just drinks.
Yeah. So cut the story short, I guess. I decided to change my life, get into fitness again.
Good on you.
Yeah. Came back to Perth, started working back here, spent time with my father, and unfortunately my father passed away, and I thought life is short,
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, thanks, bro. And he's in a better place now, God. But the thing is, we take our health for granted, and it's a thing that's changed my life, and it's one of the reasons why I've gone into this direction, because it's what it's done to me, and I want to help others. I want to do something more meaningful, impact lives, and God's blessed us with a body. We've got to look after it, treat the body like a temple, and and that's what I do, and that's what I preach. And so I took the plunge and quit the bank about 4 or 5 years ago. I still had fear because my mum's always like, what are you doing? You're crazy. Because it's, every Asian parent wants them to do something.
Yeah, 100%. If you're not a doctor, lawyer, engineer, accountant.
Exactly. Yeah, what are we doing, right? We still get it today, My mum's still very traditional, but I want to prove her wrong that, this is the way I want to do it. I want to impact lives and make a difference, and I'm still here. Hasn't been easy, but I'm still here, alright? So a little brief summary. That's pretty much where I am.
Oh, that's nice.
That was a long, man.
No, not too bad. It's a very, very good story. Well, anyway, that's for my story. Well, it all started when I came to Perth. Wanted to do personal training. I wanted to study to become a personal trainer, and I came to Perth, did UWA, studied human movement, and once I finished that, I went into personal training, and that's essentially what I wanted to do, just to help people to move more, feel better about themselves, and to actually promote health and fitness, essentially. I come from a background, my dad's a doctor, just to put it that way, right? So he wanted me to become a doctor, right? I'm totally disgraced from the family, all right? So dad, if you're probably watching this, I'm sorry, okay? But he wanted me to be a doctor. I said no, I don't want to be a doctor because I don't want to be coming back late and seeing my family and all of that. But I picked an industry that's just the same sort of hours, but not on a doctor's wage, right? So I started a gym. So that's essentially what I wanted to be. So in my mind, I wanted to be the front line, right? So I wanted to be the prevention before the cure, because doctors are the cure. You go to a doctor if you're sick, and then after you go there for a cure. I want to be the prevention, right? Yeah. So to prevent people from getting sick, prevent people from getting overweight, so that they don't have to go and see my dad. So I thought, I'll just do that. I'll be a trainer. I'll be a coach. I'll be a fitness trainer. Keep people fit so that they don't have to see my dad. So that's essentially what I wanted to do. And when I went to uni, did my personal training in Fitness First in Murray Street, did that for 4 years. And that was really interesting. Met all sorts of people, trained all sorts of people. At the same time, started to work on my own fitness and work on my own strengths all throughout the years. For me, the reason why I do it also and why I keep up with my fitness is to make sure that I don't get hypertension. Yeah, so I am quite borderline hypertension, and that's thank you, Dad. It's from my dad that I have this, and so in order for me to keep it under control, I have to continually work out. And so I have to train every day regardless. By the way, if you're close to hypertensive or have high blood pressure, fitness exercise is really good for you. You have to do it every day. Hypertension and also diabetes. Yeah. We'll talk about diabetes a lot, and hypertension a lot more after that. But that's essentially what I do. I do it because if I don't do it, I'm gonna get hypertension. My blood pressure is gonna be too high. I'll be overly anxious, and it will cause all sorts of ridiculousness down the road. So for me, it was for a health reason that I'm doing this. But I also wanted to help promote good quality training, fitness, movement to other people, and I thought that was
that's great.
Important.
Not like just a band-aid solution. Okay, you're sick, have some drugs. Think about trying to attack that from the core, right? So
holistic view. You really have to look at it as a more holistic view. There's a reason why we want to do this, is because of a longer term solution rather than a short term fix.
That's right.
We're looking for a long term solution.
Stronger immunity.
That's what it is. And that's me. I did that that's my reason why I'm doing that, for my fitness, and I wanted to promote that to other people. And then it's led me down the path since 2002 right up to now. now with my couple of gyms that I wanted to still promote that healthy lifestyle, good quality technique so that you don't hurt yourself kind of training. And that's my real reason.
Awesome, man.
So if you tell me about your type of training, I know your type of training is a little bit different from my style of training. Well, so tell us about VCore.
So VCore is it's a style of training that I've combined over the years. I've trained all kinds of different styles, guys, and from having one injury to the next. When you first train, you kind of you've got to learn, right? Sometimes you get injured and you learn from it, and my approach is more of a complete fitness approach. I find what works for me and my clients, and it's not just I'm not just a bodybuilder. I'm not a CrossFitter. I like to use what works for me. And I don't like to dig other styles because everyone has different goals, right? And we need to be open in that sense. And for me, my goal is to have longevity, to move better. So the term functional training is training that is intended for a purpose, right? For me, it's longevity, to move well, to over-prepare your life for what life throws at you, right? So it's a complete approach of fitness training that I feel helps people move better, live longer, prevent injury, and get good results and become an athlete. Even though you're not an athlete, but if you train like an athlete, you're going to reap the benefits to look like an athlete and feel like an athlete, all right? Healthy, not just to look good, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so that's pretty much what we call it.
Nice. Awesome to know. So my main method of training is obviously CrossFit. My two gyms are CrossFit. Obviously, and I know there's some haters out there already, whatever. Now the reason, right, whatever. So the reason why I chose CrossFit is because when I started this industry, I wanted to have a open plan kind of gym scenario, open spaces where I can create programs based around heavy weights, barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells. Yeah, that's what I want to do, where I can tweak the movements, tweak the programs to do whatever I want. Not a generic gym where it's all machine-based equipment everywhere. I just wanted something where I can change the program every day and I can keep everybody involved in a style of training that was constantly varied. And then pop comes along CrossFit, and I thought, gee, bloody brilliant, because it was based on an empty space gym. You just need barbells, you just need boxes, heavy weights, and you do movements and exercises that will improve your function outside. You will get strong for outside. You can adapt outside to be fit in the gym, to be fit for your daily life, like carrying groceries, carrying your kids, that sort of type of functional fitness that can carry through to the outside world. So I was like, bloody sweet, this will work. So that's why I got into it, and I just immersed myself into the world of CrossFit, where I thought I could help with helping people move quality properly in CrossFit, so that they can get the best out of the methodology. At that time when we started this, there was a huge amount of information out there that actually dissed CrossFit and said that it's high injury rates, it's dangerous and all that sort of shit. That's all bullshit, because CrossFit sued the guys who actually did perpetrate all these lies, and now it's been struck off. So it's been doctored to make CrossFit look bad, but it actually isn't. Okay. the method itself is sound. The method itself will get you fit, will get you stronger, will get you moving a lot faster. And that's essentially what I wanted to do. Whether it's the same in all CrossFit gyms, it's not. You know, it's what we want to try and provide, a well-rounded kind of like training program.
And to be honest, I heard a lot of that as well. Like, gosh, you know, you know. But you know, I've trained with Jordan before, and at the end of the day, it's sometimes, you know, people give a rap to a certain you know, gym or whatever, but it's sometimes not that style of training. It's sometimes the coach, right? And is you know, you can't compare, you know, one CrossFit coach to another CrossFit coach, right? So some people are more technique focused, or some people aren't. You know, some people understand the value of recovery and some don't, or mobility, etc. Right? Now, yeah, when you know, we have an habit as humans sometimes we just classify everyone into that classification, if you know what I mean. And there are good CrossFit guys. So,
yeah.
Just like, you know, functional training, you know, there's places like F45. No, I'm just kidding, but you know.
Oh, you said it, man. But you say you're not gonna diss other styles.
I'm not dissing anyone.
But anyway,
you know.
I like, you know, I don't care if you do Pilates, you do ballet, you do powerlifting, or you know, you do F45 or BFD or whatever it is. If you're getting fit, you're getting stronger, you're motivated to do something for yourself to get
100%.
fitter and stronger, kudos to you. Good on you for doing it, right? I mean, like, you know, I don't diss anyone. I've got a lot of friends who are like powerlifters, you know, F45ers, you know, they say whatever you like, but as long as you're doing something good for yourself, I think that's huge. And I think, you know, that's something that, you know, the industry needs to get their heads, you know,
that's right.
Get their heads around.
Yeah, and just like Bruce Lee says, because I'm Asian, I always use Bruce Lee quotes, but absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add unique your own, right? So I find that applies to everything, right? So don't be so close-minded. You know, everyone's got something to learn from. You know, you take what works for you, your goals. If it doesn't, then discard that, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, the world's a better place if we just respect each other, love each other, and take the good from what we see, right? So,
respect each other. You don't know what his story or her story is.
That's right.
Well, that's pretty much it from our side of the story and why we're doing all of this. We hope you got a little bit of value. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this video?
Look, not really. I hope that gives you guys a great overview about us, our story. But again, this is like our second video, and you know, sometimes there's a lot of information in there. We're just trying to condense it as much as possible for you guys.
There ain't no condensing in this. This is a 40-minute video.
It is, but you know,
we're gonna have a bit of fun with this.
Who cares? We're just gonna do as we do.
All right, PhoLaksa. Signing out. Make sure you like, comment, and also subscribe to this channel.
That's it, guys.
All right. Okay, guys. Over now.
Us so we can support you.